Good morning, everybody. Rodney here on this rainy Saturday morning. At least here in Virginia, it's rainy. Man, this storm or whatever you want to call it—it's not really a storm, just a rain. It covers the whole northeastern seaboard here, all the way up to New York. So, but we got Alex Escardo in the house. Alex, good morning. You're the only one in the house right now. Oh, well, there's B-Rad. B-Rad, good morning. Rick, Buckeye Drones, good morning. Good to see you in the house. Mr. Crowley, good morning. Cat, you're starting too early. Go lay down. Silly cat. You're getting right up in my face already. Anyway, folks, so, well, I'm waiting for people to come on. Y'all dudes woke me up. Well, Johnny, it's time to get up, brother. I know you're an hour behind us, but it's time to get up, man. Daylight is burning, and you're wasting it. You should be out practicing your FPV skills. I'm telling you, Johnny. By the way, I saw your video with you doing all the rolls. That's pretty good. I assume that you were using the controller with the sticks and stuff, because I don't think you can do that kind of thing with the handheld controller. But anyway, you're getting good. You're getting better. Practice, practice, practice. I need to practice this year. Well, that's how you do it, man. You all practice. So I'm going to put the link in the chat, because I know I forgot to send it to a couple of people. So if you want to join me in here, then please feel free to do so. If not, I completely understand. Let me I want to show you guys something. Ben Cartwright, good morning. Morning, Johnny.
Oh, morning.
Surprise.
I was grabbing my coffee.
So, look at this battery. This is a 4S battery.
Yeah.
450 milliamp hours.
Yeah.
I wanted to test it to see how well it would work on my 3.5-inch drones.
And
it works well.
Oh.
At least on the Baby Hawk, it gave me almost 5 minutes of video.
Pretty good.
So I went ahead and ordered a few more.
Where's it from, Rodney?
I bought this off of Amazon. It's made by Tattoo.
I'm trying these RC. It's the RC Avengers batteries. They're pretty good. Like,
oh, okay, yeah.
They're like $15 a piece. So
really,
yeah. And Michael and Sergio did a little review of them. They like 2 for $26. This is a 4S. So
wow.
No, I'm sorry. It's RC Hackers. That's what it is. RC Hackers.
RC Hackers.
Yep.
So how's the weather in your neck of the woods?
It's dark. It's still dark.
Well, yeah, it's still nighttime where you're at.
What are we? I don't know. We're at 51. Going to be 77 today.
77. Oh my goodness. What's it going to be for us? Come on, watch. Do something.
It's got to update. Mine just updated or something.
So our high is going to be 55, but it's raining all day, so it doesn't matter.
Oh wow, rain. Yeah, we had rain. Well, we had rain yesterday till about noon, and it got pretty. But we had some pretty heavy rain tonight. That whole night. So
Yeah. Thursday was kind of nice. So,
yeah, B-Rad is in the house. I see.
yeah, B-Rad. We got B-Rad. We got Ben Cartwright.
Is it just me, or they got timestamps next to the time that they write now, or is that in the chat only that we're looking at?
I think that's the time that the chat or their what they typed entered in.
Okay,
It's
I've never seen
7:40.
that before. I don't think.
Gene, Green Mountain Droning. Good morning, Mr. Crowley.
Yeah, I might put this up again today. Be the second, only the third. Well, be really the second time I flew it. So.
Oh wow, I didn't know you even had one.
Yeah, we built it. My son-in-law. It's a 5-inch Mario 5's dead cat.
Okay, cool.
Got GPS on it right there.
All right.
Flies good. I know that. It's quick, quiet. It's so quiet. I'm kind of surprised at how quiet it is. I mean, unless you get on it.
Yeah. So.
But I had to order the way the antenna sits back here. The battery is a little. So I ordered an extension because the battery kind of was sitting like barely catching the battery. So.
Okay.
So I got some extensions coming in from Ray State Quad. So.
Yeah.
It looks good with the antenna like that, but Matt's drone has a little lead coming off where it's.
Right. You'll find that on quite a few drones, or it seems to be hit and miss. You'll buy a drone and the lead is plenty long enough. The batteries all match up and everything, and then other times you'll buy a battery and the lead will be too short.
It's the way the antenna sits in the way you plug it in, kind of.
Yeah.
Part of the PLA that they printed. So.
Right. Yeah.
But the leads are like $2 a piece, so $2.25 something.
They're not bad. Yeah, I've got a few too. I got about I think I got a couple of 3-inchers. Hey, Peter.
Morning, Rodney. Morning, Johnny.
A couple of 3 inches. That's 6 inches.
That's right. Yeah. So that's enough.
Johnny.
Never mind. Mela, I didn't say that. Oh, Mela's not in here.
I haven't seen Bailey yet. Lance Cadena, good morning.
What's up, Peter?
Not much, really. Been a pretty quiet week. Nice weather. But apart from that, not much going on, really.
Yeah, Brad, you're asking. Yeah, Brad, you're on the show this Wednesday, if you don't know. Brad's asking. The Fly for Fun show, the drone committee. And anybody wants to come on, pop on, maybe tell us how they get in there. What's the. So, yeah, we're just going to have a good old time. So.
Hey, good morning to all in chat.
Oh, man.
Danny, the View Chaser, good morning. So I guess all I'm going to do today is I'm going to clean our nice brand new bathroom.
All right.
There you go.
And
it's all done. It's finished.
All done.
Good job.
Very good.
It took them a while, but they did good work. And I told them straight up, I said, look, you do whatever you need to do. Take however long you need to take. I just want it done correctly.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. So the wife is happy. I'm happy. I'm loving the new shower.
Yeah, I tell you, I don't miss that days. We were building last year. Well, we were moving in about last year this time. So we've been here a year already.
Yeah, that's the new. Now, when that video you posted this morning, was it this morning you posted it?
Last night.
Last night. Is that in your neighborhood?
Yeah, that's in front of our house. And
oh, okay.
Yeah, that's about the granddaughter on the golf cart.
Okay. She was coming down the road, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually got so close one time. I kind of feel bad because I heard the brakes just like, she hit the brakes. She thought the drone was going to hit her. I mean, I feel kind of bad because I know it wasn't that close, but she probably heard it, And I was coming up on the side of her, and I did hear the brake squeal, and I heard her go, "Papa, I almost hit the drone," but she.
Scaring your granddaughter. Yeah, that's a typical grandpa trick.
Now that would be a bad video to post. My drone got run over by the golf cart.
Hey, Rod.
All right.
Morning.
What's up, Rod?
Just getting going this morning.
All right. So Ben Cartwright has. Let's see. After you guys were talking about 3D printing, I took the plunge and bought one also. A couple of prints so far, and it sure has some potential. Yes, it does.
Yeah, potential to spend money and get aggravated.
He got the P1S.
I want the Star Trek replicator. When it can be the Star Trek replicator, then I'll jump in.
Yeah. So.
Yeah,
What's
that
that?
one is.
That's a 4S battery.
Okay.
450 mAh, which milliamp hours.
Okay.
It lasts almost 5 minutes.
You could print fake coins though. Look, yeah, I got some.
Yeah,
The black
cool.
and the blue one that you can bring in the casinos. I printed.
So
Did you
how
do it
did
or
you do
Joe?
the two colors. Is that two different colors, or is it just?
Yeah, this is black, and then this is like a steel. I don't know. They call it steel blue or light blue.
Yeah, but the letters I'm asking, are the letters a different color or
No, same color.
the same color? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Captain Joe designed this and sent it to me. He
Oh,
did.
okay.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah, he printed his in multiple colors.
Yeah, he put a pause in there, but I'm too lazy to get up in the middle of the night and change. Oh yeah, I like that.
See, the original one was white, and the icon was black. So the you know what I mean? It was opposite.
Brad is fancy on printing these, man.
Oh, Brad does such good work. I mean,
I'm telling you.
I carry this thing. I carry this around with me wherever I go now. As soon as I can find it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I got so much crap in my pocket.
But is there any money in there?
Yeah, is there any money?
There is. Surprisingly.
He's got long pockets and short arms.
Yeah, and pockets
Plenty of
got
money there.
keys.
Of all the things Brad does,
Oh yeah,
this is my mostest favorite.
it looks good upside down. Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking
Hey,
at
go
that.
ahead,
Like,
put it
that looks weird. Yeah.
No, I like. Yeah, he sent me a couple of them. Those are really nice.
So
Yeah.
when I have slow moments at work, I'm usually playing either with this one. Let me get back into this pocket. I got one of those too.
That's his.
Oh, yeah.
What's that one say?
It's his minefield one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I got one of those too. Yeah.
And what else?
You know what? Ah, there it is.
I don't know if I should show this one. You might not like that one.
I printed this one.
Oh yeah, that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't work as well as ones with the real bearings in it, but it keeps me occupied. So I'm playing with either of these two.
No, Charlie, he didn't pass out. He was reaching in his pocket to get something.
Oh, Jones, like, what's wrong with Rodney?
Yeah, so what's wrong with Rodney? I'm bringing pins back though. The hat pins that you clip on.
Oh, wow.
So I got
That's cool.
some drones and coffee and some fly for fun.
Where do you have those made?
Don't put these in your pocket, Rodney. With this little, if it comes open, it might
No,
not
no,
be.
no, no, no. I'd put those on my suspenders.
Well, I'll bring you some.
Where do you get those made?
Actually, the guy who owns Fat Straps, Steve, made these for me.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Cool.
And look, I was asking about him. Look, he made them in about 10 minutes. Well, I guess he did it on the program, and he printed one out within, like, just showed me, you know. So yeah, I got like 50 of each. So.
Wow. I've done that at Smarts.
Yeah. Yeah, you love the 3D printing. It is fun. I mean, it's pretty cool.
It is. You know, ever since I bought that K1, man, I love that thing. I haven't had to do very much to it at all. And as far as I know, my grandson's still printing with his.
Do you know what this is?
It looks like an armadillo.
Yeah, you put toothpicks in it.
Okay.
Ah ha ha.
Toothpick holder.
And then it become a porcupine.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, and then, of course, this is I printed that color napkin holder, which everybody loves these napkin holders. You had to print one, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And the toothpick with the owl is pretty neat.
Oh, that's cool. See what? This is the one. This is the one I told you I printed it.
Right. Yeah.
And I noticed that the bottom was kind of peeled at the end, and I lifted up on it, man, it peeled right off.
Yeah, they must have cleaned the file because it was taking 12 hours. Now it takes 9. So but it prints the same. So I don't know what. Maybe they tweaked some stuff. So.
Well, I can speed mine up, and I when I went to print the second one, I sped it up a little bit. So
yeah,
and it seemed to work a little bit better.
It's pretty neat.
And then yesterday I made a soap dish for our new shower.
Good deal. I know. It's all, I'll tell you, you got the 3D printer, you look around, all the stuff you printed, it's like, oh, wow, I really ain't printing nothing but a bunch of junk. But hey, I have printed some bumpers for the body and some feet for the FPV stuff. So yeah, it's fun.
Well, I was kind of hoping that maybe Dennis would be able to join us, but
He saw he was on earlier, did a live stream around Shanghai there for about half an hour or so.
On Scott's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but he may not be able to go live with us.
Yeah. Some of his 3D live streams he's done there from Shanghai look pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, he seems to be enjoying himself, which is good.
Yeah. Looks like a nice city. I was surprised it wasn't a lot busier than what it was. But,
yeah, no, right? You'd think it would.
Yeah, there was a few people walking around, but there wasn't heaps.
Yeah.
Because they're all down at the ports. That's where Shanghai is one of the main shipping centers out of
Faster
China.
speeds on the K1 or the P1S means sacrificing quality. Yeah, well, yeah, you're right. It does. I mean, I didn't speed it up to a tremendous amount of speed, but I did get the time cut down to like 7 hours.
Yeah.
And it turned out great. So I didn't do it. I think I went to like 300 millimeters a second, like he said there.
Some of the times on stuff, it kind of scares you. It's like, you started on Monday and finish on Wednesday. It's like,
yeah.
I mean, it's like, I don't want to print that long. You get to the last hour and something messes up, then you got to throw the whole thing away.
Yeah, no kidding. FPZs. Good morning and welcome to the chat. Back in January it was February of 2020. The end of January, the beginning of February 2020, me and Dennis drove up to Pennsylvania to meet up with Ron Lockwood and Drone Bum and Philly Drone Life. And Dennis showed me a video. He back at home, his printer was printing part of a ukulele.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And he was showing me that. And that kind of got me interested. And I asked him how long it would take for him to completely print it. He said, well, this is just a part of it. It's just, I'll have to, when we get done, this will take, I'll be back home before this probably gets done.
Oh, wow.
And so over about 2 weeks after that, he finally completed it. Of course, I ended up in the hospital about 2 weeks after we made that trip up there, for which Ron Lockwood gets the blame for.
Yeah.
For, taking me to these Frank's Ray's famous hot dogs or something like that. I fixed Chet. Good morning. Dan, good morning. Bob Casey, good morning.
Dennis, but he did finish that ukulele, right? Because
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
That was
remember.
a purple one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Purpley colour one.
Yeah, it was multicolor. I forget what two colors he used, but one of them was purple.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Might have been purple and green or something, or purple and blue or something.
Yeah.
Let's see who else in here. Oh, Dan popped in. Who else? Somebody else. Who is oh yeah, FPZ.
FPZs. Yeah.
I think he was in the chat last week, I believe.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. If you haven't visited his channel, you ought to do so.
Yeah, I did. I subbed it. Yeah, absolutely.
I gotta fix my baby hawk, Rodney.
Huh?
I gotta fix my baby hawk.
Oh.
Yeah, I bounced it off the ground. So I've been using an adapter to sort of run to the back because I point the battery connector to the back, because if you point it to the front, you wind up with that big kink in the battery where that plug is. And so I sort of bounced it off the ground and it unplugged from the stock one, and I think it pulled that connector off those wires, and that connector's been kind of flaky anyways on mine.
You talking about pulling it off the flight controller?
It didn't pull the wires off the flight controller, but it pulled the wires away from the connector. Where it connects into the XT30 is being a little flaky. So anyways, I ordered a pigtail. Ken and I are gonna solder cut that connector off and run the pigtail to the back of the drone to connect the battery in, so that I'll have a better connection on that thing. The one thing I wish they'd have done with that drone is that stupid connector, that they would have put it flush mount to the frame instead of just sticking it through a hole through the frame.
Yeah, I think they designed that part of it pretty badly.
Yeah, they did. That's the one challenge. Okay. That's the one challenge with that drone, is that power connector where it is. Because if you face the battery forward, then you're inevitably going to kink the wire coming out of the battery, and it's going to start whining at you. And if you face the battery backwards, then you've got to come up with something to sort of extend to the back. So anyways, we'll solder a pigtail on, which means then basically when I put the battery on, I can run the pigtail through one of the straps and strap it down so that the wire's not sticking out. So it'll make it work better and be more secure than what I got at the moment.
Cool.
Yeah,
I usually put a tie wrap. I tie wrap right at the where it comes off the flight controller.
Mm-hmm.
I put a tie wrap on the frame. I don't have it in here, otherwise I'd show you. But I tie wrapped it down, and that helps.
There you go, Rodney. Dennis is in the chat there now.
Hey, Dennis. Good morning.
Yeah, morning, Dennis.
But that's probably the only flaky thing on that drone. Other than that drone's great. but I still like my new Gep RC more.
Hey, Rodney.
It's 6S.
Rodney, did y'all see the new what's it, Spectre drone for the air?
No,
You know, I was
good.
I saw him post that back up there again.
Yeah, well, he posted a video
After-
last night of the footage of the camera.
Who did that?
Half Chrome.
Half Chrome Jack from Half Chrome.
Oh, okay.
All right.
There's a drone that he got that's it's called Spectre, and it's basically it's a DJI drone, but it's made in Malaysia. It's put together in Malaysia. So are they trying to get ready?
You know, in the computer industry, they call it white boxing, and it's not unusual for the big guys to do white box stuff as well. It's essentially their stuff sold cheaper, but it's the exact same stuff. So
Yeah, it looks
Well,
pretty
you're on the trucking channel. Good morning.
cheap now. It's $11.99 on Amazon. So it's got the RC controller. It's got the But where would you send it to be fixed? That is the thing.
that is an interesting question.
Yeah.
So you may not have, and that may be one of the costs.
What's it called again, Johnny?
Spectre.
Right.
If it in Amazon, you'll see it.
But that may be one of the things you sacrifice, Johnny, for the cheaper price. Is
Well, it's
the
not cheaper.
lack of supply.
It's not cheaper. It's $1,200.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Right.
but the Air 3 is what, 1,500?
Well, this is just one battery though, so with the controller. So I would imagine if they have some kind of combo, it's going to be pretty close to it.
Yeah, but the 1,500 for the Air 3 is the one battery with the RC, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is. I think the Air 3 is $1,500 for
Huh,
the base.
you're gonna have to send me a link to that because is it Spectra?
Spectre.
Spectre.
SEC.
TA.
Yeah, TA.
Hi to Welsh Jones trucking channel. Get that right.
Or just go to Half Chrome's channel. I'm sure he's probably got it linked.
Looks like Ray's got himself a new microphone there.
Yes, I did, Peter. Thank you.
Very
My-
good.
All right,
My,
yeah.
my son gave it to me for my birthday.
Okay.
Oh, and it's a Shore too. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah,
That sure should work well. Yeah.
Sure should.
sure. Thanks for sending me the link, Rodney.
There's a link in the chat there. Should be.
Ah,
Yeah, it's pretty interesting though. Pretty interesting how that's going to work. I guess.
oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
I wonder who's going to be the first one. Jack has it?
Jack has it. Yeah, he actually put a video up last night of some footage. And,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that looks like the Mini 4, right?
No, it's the Air 3.
Yeah, 3.
Oh, the Air 3. Huh.
Yeah.
How did it fly, Johnny? Did you see the video?
Yeah, it looks great. I mean, and I think his brother-in-law, the guy with him, is going to take it to. I think he's going out to California today or tomorrow, and they was going to shoot some stuff. So yeah, but because he really doesn't do review DJI drones, so they sent it to him, and of course it says made in Malaysia. So are they trying to do something to maybe get ready for a ban or and look, and it might be a kit that they send a couple guys over in Malaysia. In a garage, putting these things together. Who knows,
Yeah.
But
ultimately, that won't matter because it's a lot like TikTok. It kind of doesn't matter where they do their manufacturing. It only matters that the parent company is in China. They can manufacture it wherever they want. The fact that it's still owned by a Chinese company will still do the ban.
I don't know. I wouldn't think they'd go through all of that.
That is exactly what they're doing with TikTok. TikTok basically has a choice. They either hand it over or they get banned.
Yeah, and
they can't continue to own it.
Yeah,
Rob, you think that ban's going to go into effect?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Right there.
100%. And I'll tell you why, Captain Ray. As a guy who worked on the CERT team in the military,
Right.
the security risk. Ignore what the politicians are saying. I get why people are sort of mad and going, oh, they're making things up and slapping crap at the wall and everything else. And also realize where I work. You don't know what you don't want to know what I could shove into DJI software. It's not about what's going on today. It's 100% not about what's going on today. And it's the DOD that did the evaluation of all this stuff. And so
in the future, you mean?
People need to kind of, it's not unknown. The problem is it's a process. Part of it is it's a process problem. In China, the CCP can tell a company to do anything. Anything. And if you don't do it, you're going to end up in front of the firing squad. They've literally taken billionaires over there and sent them to re-education because they spoke out against the CCP. I guarantee you, if the ball goes up between us and China, bad shit is going into that software the instant that happens. End of story. It will happen.
They could do that with the phones too, right?
No, that's American software. That's American software. They could try to shove it in there but with antivirus and all those kinds of things, we'd probably know more about it. And it's American companies that control the updates to that software. And that therein lies the problem.
I don't think it, I'm like Bob, I don't think it'll ever pass.
I don't think so.
You never know. I think it's going to happen.
I just don't.
Part of it is the realistic part of it for the politicians is just the economics and the competition and sort of trying to put a little bit to that. But from a pure technical, if you were a military war planner, 100% that crap is dangerous as all get out because of the update. Now, here's the good news. DJI could solve this problem. DJI could solve this problem today, and I'll tell you exactly how they could do it because it's exactly what Microsoft did. In 2015, Germany passed these privacy laws that were even tighter than the GDPR privacy laws for European. And Microsoft, in order to make sure that they were compliant with that, built data centers in Germany and then literally handed them over to German companies. So literally Microsoft has no legal anything as far as the data that is on those servers. And that is how we ended up protecting ourselves so that no other foreign government could request that data from the German users. DJI could do the exact same thing. They could essentially hand over all their update servers and probably source code so that the source code could be reviewed to an American-owned company by U.S. citizens that had nothing to do with China, that then all of the drones in the U.S. would be updated by those guys and not by DJI, and you make this whole problem go away.
New York, those guys, Herman and Lawrence.
We should have Dennis go talk to them over there.
Dennis could be, he could go, you know.
But my point being, Microsoft did something virtually identical to this to handle the German privacy laws. DJI could do the exact same thing. If they literally handed essentially the update service and the source code over so that the source code could be reviewed before the updates got pushed out by an American-owned company that had no Chinese control over it, the problem would go away tomorrow. It literally cuts the politicians off at the hips, let alone the knees, about the risk of the software and what could go in. And the military would be happy because then we could be assured that the Chinese can't put anything bad in there and that we have complete, full, utter control of the software that goes on the drones.
Rod, you should have testified before Congress.
I told you, Ray, I worked in that. The last 5 years of my military career was around that stuff.
Yeah.
And you know where I work at now, so I'm still eyeball deep with security policies, procedures, and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but everybody that's whining and complaining that, oh, show me, there is no show me. It's not about what it is today, because if it was already if they were already doing that crap today, they would have thrown them out of the country already. End of story. It's not about today. It is about when the balloon goes up between us and China, what could go into that software and what the update process is. So if they hand all of that over so that it's in a U.S. company, so that the updates are maintained here and the software can be reviewed before it gets updated here, that problem goes away. If the balloon goes up, basically we tell those guys, don't push any more updates, right, to American drones. End of story. Then you're safe and protected. That's how they handle this. That's why Microsoft built $5 billion data center in Germany and then handed the thing over. Literally handed it over to a German company with German citizens to run the thing.
Well, on a side note, Rod, I'm glad I got Microsoft stock.
Yeah, me too. You're not wrong. Can't go wrong.
That's how you can afford to go between New York and Florida all the time. I wondered about that. I didn't think police officers made that kind of money.
I've had it for 20 years at least.
You know, Ray, the one thing about Microsoft is different about a lot of those.
And I'm an Apple guy.
Yeah. The difference between Microsoft and Apple is Microsoft is massively diversified, right? It's not just kind of one thing. Apple is a lot of one-trick pony with the phones, pretty much. So sure, they make a little on the watch, and obviously they make money on the store, but the store is to support the phone. So if for some magical reason everybody got mad at them and didn't like their phones anymore, Apple would virtually almost collapse because they have almost no other businesses in their business model. They really are kind of a one-trick pony.
So what you got there?
Oh, I was waiting for you to ask. Well, this is a donation by Al Diaz. He sent us this nice drone, FPV drone. Very, very cool.
Looks like a Cinewhoop, huh?
Yeah, it's, I'll tell you the name of it. Axis Flying Cineon Z20. So, it looks like a cool drone to me.
Trying to figure out which camera that is. Looking at it. That's an interesting setup around the camera.
Look at the battery. It's a big battery, too.
Yeah, that's
850, I think is what I read there.
But I tell you,
4S.
You got to say thank you to Al Diaz, really. And he put in some props and things like that also in the box.
Morning, Jody.
And of course, stickers. He's got his stickers here. But anyway, some lucky raffle prize winner is going to win it.
Cool. I hope
so. South Florida Drone Meetup.
That looks almost like an 03 camera.
It does. It kind of, yeah. So, Rodney, let me ask this question because it's something that ultimately
Johnny wants to win it, though. He wants me to rig it, so he wins it.
Come to the conclusion of for me, and that is, do you have any Cinewhoops other than the little baby tiny hawk thing that you did for practicing? Do you have any other Cinewhoops?
No.
Yeah, much as I hate to say it, you mean the toy ones, the kid ones?
No. A Cinewhoop like that one that you just had in your hand. Yeah, not that one. The other Cinewhoop.
Oh, no. Okay.
So, I have the Cinelog 20 from Gep RC. I have the Flywoo Cine Race 20. And, after I got the Baby Hawk, which is obviously an open prop, and then the Nazgul, which is 5-inch open prop, and now I literally don't fly the Cinewhoops. I just find that ironically, that I really don't like the Cinewhoops. And I think the problem for me personally is the fact that at least flying them outdoors, if there's any sort of wind at all, you're spending more time flying against the wind and fighting the wind instead of enjoying the flight kind of thing. They're great for indoors, which I've not flown it indoors, which is kind of the Cinelog. That's why I got that one in the first place, was to fly around indoors inside the house. But flying Cinewhoops outdoors, I just I don't do it. I don't even take it out of my bag. It stays in the bag.
I've kind of been on the fence about buying one of those center whoops, you know. But first, before I forget, AZ Drone Dude, good morning, David. Welcome to the chat. I just haven't really figured out what I would do with one.
Yeah.
I mean, when I fly, all I want to do is go out there and do loops and flips and rips and gap stuff, and
Enjoy
I'm not
the
even
flight.
interested in really learning any new tricks. I just have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, pretty much my mindset to fly an FPV. I just have fun with it. And but I have looked at those center whoops. Now, I know Gap RC makes a 3.5-inch center whoop.
That's the one. The Cine Log 35 is the one that I have. I'll be honest. I looked really hard. I almost went over the race day quad when they had what in stock and what bought the thing. But that one is different because that is freaking 6S. And the ducts of that thing are a lot different than any other City Whoop. Because it's 2 layers. It's not one solid duct. There's kind of one on the top, one on the bottom, layered together.
Yeah, Dan says you'll find out that most people don't really enjoy a cine flying. They're not as responsive, and
they're not as responsive.
To be true. I believe that to be true.
You spend more time fighting. Like I said, you spend more time fighting the wind. The other thing that you will fight a lot with the Cine Whoop, and it's part that kind of frustrates me sometimes. If you do sharp turns and sort of come back, inevitably that drone is just going to go and want to fall out of the sky. It's just the way the Cine Whoop kind of works. So you got to be aware of that when you're doing turns, that you actually got to throttle up because the thing's just going to want to fall out of the sky, kind of thing. And you're fighting it. I guess the best way to describe it is it seems like you're fighting the drone a lot, and you're fighting the wind a lot, and it's not nearly as fun, right?
Have a good day, Bob.
I'm not thinking about the next trick I'm going to do or the next thing I'm going to do. I'm thinking about how to keep the stupid thing in the air or go in the direction that I want it to go instead of the fun piece of it. So I just don't find them I don't find them as much fun. Indoors, I'm sure they're great.
Rodney, what are you going to be flying mostly at the South Florida Drone Meetup?
Well, I'm going to bring my Air 2, but I'll probably fly mostly the FPV.
Right. Yep. Well, they let us fly right in the parking lot at the hotel.
Yeah, I know. Now, see, and I know there's been some of the guys, the brothers, that have gone to fly their FPVs there. I'd be scared to death with all those cars around.
Right. Yep.
And
God forbid, please. I hope nobody ever breaks a windshield or damages a car.
Yeah, and that would be the only thing that would prevent me. Now, I'm not going to say I won't do it, because I may get a hair up my butt and do it just because other people are doing it.
Take the Baby Hawk. It's sub 250. Even if it landed on a windshield, the drone would break before the windshield would break. So as light as that thing is.
Better not hit Bob Casey's truck.
although I will say I finally had
Johnny's new truck.
Yeah.
I had my first major crash with the Baby Hawk a couple of weeks ago. I literally hit a tree at about 20 mile an hour, dead on. The wind was blowing. I was trying to split 2 trees, and the wind was blowing, and it drifted, and I literally hit the thing, freaking just smack.
Much damage?
Bent the prop. That was it. It hit.
I didn't see that video, though, Rod. I didn't see that video.
Yeah, I know. I didn't post that video.
Why not, Rod?
That's the funny part of FPV is you're running so many packs. You have like 50 freaking videos in a day. There's just way too many to edit.
You got to show your crashes, man.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Crashes are part of the FPV world. I never, if I crash, that's where my video ends. It ends with me crashing. Whether it's a minute long or 5 minutes long or 10 minutes long, if I crash at the end of that video, that crash will be there. because I'm not ashamed of it.
Yeah.
And do you find you get a lot of views? You get more views
And you're
on the
talking
crashes?
about the walk of shame guy right here.
Yeah, Maddie got
I've
me
made
on that
walk
one.
more times than I could count.
Yeah, crashing's part of what makes it fun.
In fact, I started doing some shorts on YouTube, which I haven't done one in a while, and I call them drone versus tree.
You get a lot of hits on them, a lot of views.
Every time my intent was to every time I crashed into a tree, whether it was an actual crash or I made it through, I was going to do a short on it. And I haven't followed through with that. I need to, but because I think now, what am I up to? Let me look here. I think I was drone versus tree shorts. I'm up to round 3.
That's cool.
So let me
Johnny, a lot of people want to win you a tumblers, by the way, at the South Florida drone meetup. Those new tumblers you got.
Yeah, I got some.
I know when I'm getting tired, because what tends to happen is, like on power loops, I tend to come out of the loop too low, and I'll bounce the drone off the ground, kind of thing, or I'll do a turd, and then all of a sudden it's like I'm going a little low, and I'll bounce the drone off the ground. When I start doing that, that's when I know, okay, it's probably time to stop flying. But then again, when I'm flying, I think I said last weekend, it was like on Saturday was 33 packs. So you tend to get a little tired when you're flying that freaking much.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
It was a lot. But if you want to know how I got
who are you with?
As I did, as fast as just myself.
Okay.
What?
Ken's been having issues.
What? You had a VO with you, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
No, okay. Just
I won't tell you who that was.
But, okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
What's the guy's name? Max? What's his name? Max? Max the VO?
Yeah. Actually, no, his name was Mike. He was hanging out with me last weekend. The first place I flew, he was an RC plane guy. And he stood there when I was flying. But he was an old RC guy. And we actually had an interesting conversation. One of his challenges that he said he was having is he's got Alzheimer's. And, one of the things that I was talking to him about, and I've talked to several people about this as far as like flying FPV, that FPV is actually good for the mind because you're working both eyes, you're working your hand-eye coordination. And in the technology world, they have been, over the last decade or so, they have been working on games on phones that are specifically designed for people with Alzheimer's. And the gist of those games is that it works both sides of the brain. There's between objects, text, and moving and things like that. It's really sort of the exercise the entire brain. So when you're flying FPV, your brain is working. Everything is freaking working. So it's actually, from a health perspective, it's actually good for you to keep the mind active to sort of fight off things like Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Brad,
there are no trees in a parking lot. You may have a chance. She's never been to that hotel.
No.
There's plenty of trees there.
A lot of trees.
Plenty trees, plenty cars, plenty.
FPZs, you have a good day, brother, and thanks for being in the chat.
Plenty of concrete, guys. Joe Fodolio, yeah.
Hey, hi to Brett at Victorian Aerial Vision.
Johnny, you gonna fly? You gonna fly in the parking lot, FPV?
Nope.
Victorian Aerial Vision. Good morning.
Nope.
Joe was flying.
Not that good. Wouldn't even try it. Nope.
You'll send your Air 3 up, though, won't you?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Fodolia was flying the potato last year at the meetup, right? In the parking lot. So
trouble. Mark Fisher's in the chat.
I know.
Uh-oh. Shh. Quit talking about Mark now.
Yeah, I would fly to Avada, maybe, but
There's enough room in the parking lot that you can sort of go down the road without being over the cars. So
not me. Nope.
or if you go on that far side closer to the bridge, or even under the bridge.
You're gonna fly in the parking lot, Rod?
I'll probably try over there under the bridge, closer to where some of the boat stuff is.
Oh,
over
at
there.
the meetup. Yeah, at the meetup.
Yeah, at the meetup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't be at the hotel. So.
Oh, I thought you were staying over one night.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Not there, anyways.
I got an announcement to make, just if you don't mind, Rodney.
No, go ahead.
I got the word from Steve Jones. He's not going to be able to make the meetup. Yeah, he's got a big project that they're working on. Actually, he's getting a new police headquarters, and it's all hands on deck out there in Texas. So he's not going to be able to make it. He's sending his mini as a raffle prize, of course, but he also has a room reserved at the hotel, and he wants to hold on to it. And if anybody wants it, because I heard the hotel is now sold out, get a hold of Steve Jones if you need a room. So, Rod, if you change your mind, get a hold of him.
He sent us some stickers that he made, too. He had some stickers made.
The good news is, I think the weather, we might end up being okay on the weather. I was looking at the Weather Channel yesterday, and it goes to about Thursday before the meetup, and it's shown a little rain on Thursday, which means by Saturday it'll all be cleaned out and gone. Right? That's kind of how it works down here in Florida. So
I hope so. Hopefully it's not rainy or windy. But that's why we have the second day of flying also on Sunday. So
windy, that's a flip of the coin in the spring. So if we're lucky, it'll be 10.
We also got Mark Fisher coming this year. He decided to
wait a minute.
Bring his wife. Coming? Yeah, Mark Fisher's coming with his wife.
I'm not going. Nope. Nope. If he's going to be there, I'm not going to be there.
Yeah, question is he bringing
Scuba? Is what, April the 12th, right? For Mark Fisher? Is that?
Just kidding, Mark.
No, we're not, Mark.
No, Mark, bring your bathing suit just in case you have to go swimming and recover a drone.
Dan brought that up a little earlier in the chat.
Is what's his name coming with the underwater drone again? Maybe we'll finally find that.
I think he's
finally find.
He injured his arm, and he's got a very bad injury. He's not going to be able to make it.
I'd love to find that stupid little nano to see what actually happened.
Mark's coming in his Speedo.
In his Speedo. Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah. Look, he said I can't unsee. He took his shirt off to dry off. I can't unsee that.
For Johnny. Oh, he's coming in his Speedo for Johnny. Oh, Johnny, you're in trouble now.
Oh, man.
Mark, we moved the meetup. It's in, where's it at? Miami or somewhere?
Speaking of Miami, boy, is it interesting what they've done down there this year with spring break.
I know there's curfew in effect. Yeah, 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. Is that what you mean, Rod?
Yeah, and just all the checks and everything else that they have in place now. I mean, apparently you can't even get on the beach. They're going to look inside every bag and cooler and everything else to keep you from taking alcohol onto the beach down there. So,
wow.
Hey, at least they haven't had the shootings like they did last year. But people are starting to find out that spring break, despite what you gained from business-wise from it, is almost too much a pain in the butt to deal with.
I tell you, I hope to get down there to the cruise ships and film them again in Miami. That was a cool experience for me.
But they actually had an incident this year in New Smyrna Beach with a kid with a gun. But it wasn't actually a spring breaker. It was a local. He was a 16-year-old teen with a gun on the beach that they chased down. Fortunately, he didn't shoot the thing.
Oh, Mark says I'm in a commercial? Really? You kept me in? You didn't put me on the floor, the editing floor?
Warren, the Care Show. Good morning.
But spring break used to be a big thing with Daytona, and then basically Daytona chased them off. Daytona makes all their money off of the races off the track, which there's two major ones. You have the 500, and obviously it's the first race of the year, and then the 400.
That's not a popular spring break destination anymore.
They have intentionally chased those people away.
Oh, okay.
For Daytona, outside of the two big races during the year, it's about Bike Week twice a year. So you have Bike Week in March,
Right.
and then Biketoberfest in October. And
hey, Paul Murray, how you doing,
Murray,
Paul?
good morning.
Morning, Paul.
They finally hired a third-party company this year to try to do estimates of the crowds on Bike Week. They came back with 420,000 people were at Bike Week.
I believe it. I only went 1 year, and I thought it was
I
great.
don't like bike week here. I mean, it actually only lasts a weekend. But man, when they have the bike weekend here, it gets crazy, man. There are cops everywhere,
I just wish here they would line up spring break for the school kids with Bike Week, because I freaking hate taking my daughter back and forth to school during Bike Week, because it's just horrid getting around.
Rodney, I have to thank Rick Williamson. He bought one of the new this year's T-shirts, and he said buy one for the meetup also and raffle it off. So got to say thank you to Rick for that.
Cool. So. I need to get one of those.
I sent you an email a while back or whatever, a text. Yeah, I think we're all sold out.
Oh no.
Yeah, at your size. I forget what size you need, but
I prefer a 3X.
Yeah, no, they're gone.
But all right. I should have.
But we do have extra large and large.
I don't remember you doing that, but you may have.
He did. I remember it.
And I didn't hound anybody with follow-up emails and all of that.
You sent that to Rod, didn't you? Thinking it was me. I mean, it's an easy mistake. We look so much alike.
I was going to say that.
He's uglier, though.
I get a kick out of people, though. They don't want to pay online, I'll pay you when I get there, And that's just too confusing, so I can't do that, really. There may be some left over, but...
well, if you happen to if you come up with an extra 3X, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to buy it from you.
I mean, come on. Can't you tell the difference between the Army and the Navy between the two of us?
Yeah, he's wearing green and I'm wearing blue. There you go.
Gray, but yeah, same difference.
Hey, by the way, the Army might be there. I met him at one of the spring training games. They had a booth set up, and I started talking to him, and the guy remembered us from 2 years ago, and he says, "All right, I'm going to see if we can get authorization to go this year."
Yeah, because they brought that Hellfire the last time, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that was cool.
He didn't get any recruits though, he said.
Yeah, nobody signed up. Nobody enlisted.
Probably because like 90% of the people there are too old.
Yeah, that'd be right. Yeah.
I hope they do come. I really do. Because they still give away a lot of freebies, and everybody loves getting the freebies.
I want them to bring a howitzer. Bring a howitzer so I can feel at home again, because that's what I used to do.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. They had some nice those little bags that they were giving away and whatever. They had a bunch of stuff.
Lanyards, yeah. Well, they were giving away hats at the spring training game and T-shirts.
Wow. Is that right? Maybe they'll give away hats and.
Yeah, they don't give them to the Navy people, though.
Do what?
Yeah.
Say what?
Actually, what would be cool is if they could get one of those one of those little 2-inch helicopters that they use for scouting missions and bring one of those. That thing costs like $80,000 for one of those.
Somebody's gonna win this beach ball.
Wow.
But that little mini helicopter thing would be kind of cool to look at.
That would be kind of cool.
Yep. I would like to see it.
I mean, it's got like a 20-minute flight time. It's basically for squad level stuff in essentially urban environments that you can, poke it around, and that's where things like the Avata come into play for scouting for things like that. Drones are going to become super duper prevalent in the military, and probably the other good part of all of this for us as hobbyists is the tech that is going to fall out of the woodwork from all this work on doing military drones. And it'll be interesting to see, right? Because, a lot of what we have is tech that came from the military. Look at microwaves, right? That came from NASA and the work there. So there's been lots of things that have eventually made it down to the consumer. So it'll be interesting with everybody literally spending billions and billions of dollars to develop drone tech. And ironically, it's going to be a lot like Skydio. Automated drone tech is what they're mostly working, a lot of what they're going to be working on, plus the physical hardware of the drones kind of thing. So it'll be interesting to see what falls out.
Hey guys, I got to run. I'm going to be listening. I got to run, but don't say anything.
All right,
Johnny.
Johnny. You have a good one, brother.
All right.
Have a good one. I'll talk to you.
All right.
Hey, Rodney, can you talk to the Navy? Maybe you can get them to bring a battleship. They just moved to New Jersey.
They're going to. They're moving it to dry dock, and the Texas just got out of dry dock.
Yeah, they moved in New Jersey the other day. I was kind of hoping.
Did you see Billy Kyle's video?
I didn't see Billy, so I'll have to go look for. I'll have to go look for Billy. So I was hoping somebody was going to video that thing.
I think you put it on Instagram.
Oh, that's why I didn't see it.
Yeah,
it wasn't on YouTube.
Yeah, good morning to Mudball Don. He's joined us.
Hey Don, how you doing?
Hey Don.
Fish Eye, how you doing?
But that's like
we should do have Don come down with Fish Eye, and he could entertain us at the South Florida Drone Meetup.
That's pretty. I like when he does Fish Eye.
He hasn't done it lately. I think he's in retirement. I don't know.
So, I'm waiting to hear back from Dan, but I might have a video to share.
I went down to the Keys, Rodney, recently. I don't know if you heard that. Yeah, I was down in the Keys for 2 nights.
Did you meet up with Chris?
No, the Key Logo dude? No, I was going to visit my friend in Key Colony Beach, and if I would have stopped there, it would have made us late. The whole thing where you stop. But I flew with Steve Barnett down there, and we got some incredible flights in at the 7 Mile Bridge. And we had a good time. Then we flew at his house. He's right on the water there. He has a rental property, and it wasn't being used, so he went and invited us to go for a couple of days, and we had a great time. They had a St. Patty's Day parade there, and that's my latest video, Rodney. And got a lot of beads. You know how they throw you the beads?
Yeah. Cool.
Candy.
That is such a long drive from Miami down.
Oh, for you,
no, just out of Miami ain't going down. I had to go down the Marathon one time, but it's a long ways down there. The speed limit's what, 35? Because
from our condo to where Steve's home is, halfway Marathon or Key Colony Beach was 3 hours 11 minutes.
Yeah, it's a long ways down that road because it's.
Yep. I broke it up. I stopped, walked around a little bit, had to. And,
it's like driving through a school zone the entire way down.
Jerry wants to know what you did to get the beads thrown at you.
Ooh,
I had a flash. Right? You have to flash.
That's a picture I don't even want to see. We'll leave it right there. I'm going to share this video. I'll try to get the attention away from that picture.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. This is from Dan Sampson. I Fix Jet or Drone Worship.
I bet you it's an FPV flight.
It is, but From my understanding, he used it to do something for the ROTC.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
If I'm understanding it correctly.
Oh yeah. I saw that video.
What was that?
He did. It was an ROTC guy that was there.
That looks like smoke, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It is. Actually, Canaveral was on fire last weekend. They were cleaning out some areas to build a new pad out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they were burning.
Controlled burn?
Controlled burn to clear out so they can build,
Oh,
Blue
that's what
Origin,
you were
Blue
doing?
Origin's building out there. SpaceX is getting ready to build a pad for Starship out there. Merritt Island's getting the launch systems out there is getting busy.
It's a cool flight, Dan. You fly right from that blanket? I guess. Or he's just spying on people.
Yeah.
I think he's back over here, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's there.
Yeah.
That's the
Cool.
two girlfriends out there. That's why he's flying around it.
That SpaceX program and everything is really booming down by you, Rod. Really.
That's why I don't worry about missing a launch because I can wait 2 days. There'll be another launch.
Right. Exactly. I want to drive up though and get closer and film one. Really.
I have a couple of secret spots.
Secret spots up there? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Your backyard, you mean?
No. One that I like that is not in. There's one in Titusville that's not bad. Everybody tends to go to Space Park. You don't want to go to Space Park. If you go to the north side of the bridge there's a skate park over there, which is where some of my FPV videos are. You can fly out of there. Of course, if it's something like the SLS, even that parking lot will be full. So there's a place a little farther north that is almost nobody's ever there, like 2-3 people. It's called Scottsmore Landing.
Scottsmore Landing?
It is about line of sight, about 13 miles from the pad.
Oh, okay.
So it's actually a really freaking good spot to fly the drone and watch the launch from. And you're far enough away that you don't have
There's no TFR or nothing?
And you don't have an issue with the up angle being that far away as it goes up. You can track it pretty well from that spot. So that's one of the things I like about that spot.
Good.
Get you close enough, but not too close.
Thank you for sharing your secret spot with me.
Yeah. Although that spot was utterly packed when the SLS went up, but that was a historical launch. So, if there was a clear spot anywhere, and somebody was standing in it for that launch. So
what do you guys think about that SpaceX, the ship?
Blow up? The explosion?
The Starship?
Yeah, the Starship.
Let them send up more faster.
Right?
They get better every time they blow one up. It goes further and further. So, let them blow them up more often till they get there.
Well, NASA had many, many failures before they were able to put Alan Shepard into space.
That's just part of it, really. Yeah.
It is.
So why wouldn't SpaceX go through their growing pain? It's all part of the process, I think.
That's how they made the Falcon 9. fail faster. Finally, they got something that nobody else in the world managed to be able to do. Not even NASA. Now NASA's turning around and asking SpaceX how to do things. So, and the ironic part is the Starship that's going up now, Rodney, is not even the one that they're going to commercialize. So
really?
The first 4 were sort of a V1 of that equipment. They've literally got the V2 sitting in the warehouse next door already built. So they're not even testing with what they think is going to be the ones that they're actually going to use for the commercial work.
Well, I mean, that kind of makes sense, really. I mean,
they built 4 of the V1s that they knew they were going to do the testing with.
You know, you got to make sure it's going to work before you put the real thing out there. I mean,
well, I'm hoping Melanie can come back to the meetup. She's very involved with SpaceX. You know that.
Who's that?
Melanie Chan.
Oh yeah, she was there on the second meetup, wasn't she?
Yeah, she won one of the top prizes. Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
But actually, she hasn't committed yet, so I don't know.
I have a friend who works at a company that's there on their pads. They have their own pads. So literally I could go out and watch a launch from the pad if I probably wanted to. I can't fly.
Hey, Rod, let me interrupt you for a minute. Hey, Jerry, you have a good day, brother. You have a good one.
Have a good one, Jerry.
Bye, Jerry.
Bye, Jerry.
All right, Rod, go ahead.
But, you know, everybody's been talking, hey, a Mavic 4 is coming. And I'm not getting a Mavic 4. With what exception? For me, for a camera drone. I know what I want. I'm not saying I ain't never going to buy a camera drone again, because I probably will as soon as they give me what I want. And that is a good, long, optical zoom so that I can see these rocket launches and film these rocket launches better. That would get me to buy one.
Good day. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye, Marla.
So, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and call this one.
Yep. All right, Rodney. Thank you for the invite.
Oh, you're welcome, and
see you soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you traveling down, Rodney?
I'll be going down on the 5th.
Okay.
I'll fly into Orlando. I get there around 11. I'll get my rental car, and then I'll head down down towards the hotel. And
yep.
And I'll probably see you guys at the Friday night get together.
Probably should have tried to take the train.
But and then I'll be coming back. I'll be going back to Orlando Sunday afternoon, and I'll turn in my car, and I got a hotel room there in Orlando for an early morning flight out on Monday. So
all right, good.
I can get back here and get some rest before I have to go to work again. I wished I could take more time, but unfortunately I've got eye surgery coming up. In fact, my left eye gets operated on the 28th. That's Wednesday.
That's for the cataract?
Yeah. So when I come down there, I may be seeing a little bit better than I do now.
Yeah,
good.
I hope so. Yeah.
It's amazing how easy and good that surgery
is. Hey, TJ.
And the way they do it.
Bye, TJ.
Have a good one, TJ. So, you know, I when I was
we're leaving, right?
when I first started thinking about getting this cataract surgery, I was talking to Chris Hope because he had it done, and he said, "Man, you won't believe it." He said your FPV experience will get even better.
Okay.
So I'm kind of looking forward to that. So I won't have to be wearing glasses anymore. Except maybe get some of those reader glasses, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, without doing like implants, there's no way that I can ever get to that point. I can't even do the LASIKs. I have such a nasty stigmatism. They tell me that I'd have no corona left if they did LASIKs on me. It literally, they just burn right through it. Trying to correct for my stigmatism.
Yeah. No. Well, fortunately, they're going to be able to correct mine with the types of lenses that I'm getting.
Great.
So
Good.
Anyway,
We'll say a prayer. We'll say a couple of prayers, Rodney.
Thank you. Yeah. The second eye, the right eye won't be done until the middle of April.
So you're gonna be like Marcus, a little out of whack with your eyes?
A little.
I feel sorry for
okay.
Mark. I feel sorry
I'm out
for
of whack
Marcus.
with my eyes right now. If I close my left eye, I see so much better. In fact, I don't even need my glasses to see the screen.
Wear a patch. Wear a patch.
But if I wear my, look
And a parrot on the shoulder. Yeah.
left eye, I can't even find you guys. Where are you?
And a parrot on his shoulder.
All right, boys.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right,
Have
guys.
a great weekend, guys.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
Bye if you can.
Yeah. Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone in chat.
Good night, Peter. Good night, Rod. Or good day. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for being in the chat. Do appreciate it. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, the Sunday Sunrise crew. I think Charlie is going to be able to fly tomorrow. That's kind of up in the air at the moment. I am not sure about what my weather's going to look like, but if I can fly, I'll definitely fly. If not, I'll at least come on for a few minutes like I did this morning and say, hey, it's raining. I can't fly. But anyway, and then Scott, Jack Rabbit, FPV will be after me, and then Chris Hope, and then Johnny, Drone Flyer with Drones and Coffee. Everybody have a great weekend. If you're out and if you're in cold country, stay warm. If you're in warm country, stay cool. In any case, be safe. Say a prayer for our country. Say a prayer for our military people. Love y'all. Bye now.